What's going on, everybody? Still here in Accra, Ghana, and I'm telling you, I'm excited about this interview because I get to meet so many people from so many different places around the world, and this interview is going to take you inside of a family who has now moved to Ghana, and I can only imagine the stories because the Gordon 5, they have their YouTube channel. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. But I have two members of the Gordon 5 here today, and we're going to talk about all of what they're doing. So welcome to Maximum Impact. How are you doing?
Doing fabulous.
Doing fabulous. All right, tell everybody who you are and what you're doing and all that good stuff.
So we're the Gordon 5. Yeah. The other three, they're not here today, but I have three younger brothers, and we all have this big channel. We do skits, we do pranks, you know, we have a good time on that channel, you know. Yeah. We also did some footage last year. You know, we had some Ghanaians try Canadian food, and then we were trying out the Ghanaian food. So, you know, we were, mixing it up, our content.
So we were in Ghana last year.
Okay, so Canadian food.
Yeah, we did like a food challenge.
Okay, so now give everybody your name so they know who's,
Okay, so my name is Denise Boadu, but I go by Miss Mama D on our channel.
And people call me Travis. I used to have braids, but I go by Cali because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
So Callie, Travis, Denise, you got all of that together from Canada.
Yes, from Toronto, Canada.
Oh, you're from Toronto?
Yes.
So Toronto is, Canada's broken down French and British, right? Is it kind of sort of, or how is it? Because Montreal, Quebec.
Yeah, so
they speak like predominantly like just French.
Okay.
And then in Toronto we speak English.
Okay.
Yeah. They want us to speak French, but we choose not to.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you choose not to speak French?
We choose not to. We learn it in school, but like everyone's failing the French classes, so it's like only if you were taking a career in French, then you want to, take it serious. But nobody really speaks French.
Yeah, it's more like Montreal, Quebec that mainly speak French, but in Toronto, Ontario, it's mainly English.
Okay. Do they speak English in Montreal?
I have no idea. I've never been to Montreal, guys. I know it's so bad.
I was supposed to go there, but I decided not to because there's a storm. But I heard that they're making it mandatory to speak French. If you don't want to speak French, then you're not gonna have a good time out there.
So they make it mandatory to speak French and
it's predominantly like French spoken.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Because here in Ghana, this is English.
Right.
But right next door is Cote d'Ivoire, which is French.
Exactly.
And then Togo right next door is French.
Yeah.
And then right up top, Burkina Faso and Mali, they are, Burkina more so, is French.
Really?
So it's just these interesting dynamics.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, see,
I thought you're just learning English out here and they speak,
Yeah, it is. We done dropped a little knowledge already.
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
I'm Ghanaian.
See, so now you okay, what brings you to Ghana though? I mean, you're from Canada. Do you have roots in Ghana?
So we are Ghanaian.
Okay.
Okay, so both my parents are Ghanaian. They're from Kumasi, Shanti region.
I was gonna say, so you okay?
Yeah, right. But we're born and raised in Toronto, Canada, and we've been out to Ghana. Like, my kids have been to Ghana. This is their third time in Ghana. So with everything happening with the pandemic, everything changing, I was feeling like I needed a change. I needed a change, and I'm like, Ghana is the change. I want to raise my children out here because when I come here, I feel sense of peace.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I love the way that the people are here. I love the culture, and I want my kids to experience that and to grow up in that culture. So that's what brought me here, mainly the pandemic. But everything else, like, I love everything else.
Well, that's interesting because I normally speak to people from the U.S.
Right.
And I don't have an opportunity to get the perspective from Canadian, what did they call you, Afro-Canadians or Black Canadians? I'm learning too. We all learning. You learn the French English thing here. What do they call you in Canada?
Honestly, I don't even know.
They just say you're African. Like, you're African?
You don't call you like how you guys in America call African American. We don't Canadian American.
So it's just...
You're just African.
Yeah.
So they call you African.
I mean Canadian, African.
No, they don't even say you're Canadian. Just African. That's what it is.
So they identify you as African.
Yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. For people who have, so anybody who has melanin, they call them African?
Oh, no.
Not everybody. Okay. They try to act like they're, because in Toronto, there's Jamaican culture.
A large Jamaican culture.
So even a lot of everyone from around the world, doesn't matter where you're from, they want to be act like they have melanin. So it's like.
But the thing is, if you're Caribbean, you're Caribbean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, if you're African, you're African. If you're Haitian, you're Haitians and Caribbean. But
Right.
you know what I mean? It's broken down into your like ethnic, your background. That's what it's not just like collectively we're like Africans. No.
Okay. What do they call
Or-
people? What do they call? I see, because in America they got us all confused. We don't
I
we
know,
don't-
you guys-
We don't know what to call ourselves. Black, African American. What do they call people who are from America who have melanin?
Yeah, you guys are Afro Americans. I don't even know African.
See that? There you go.
American.
See. So
I don't know.
So,
I don't know. They call you guys over there, but
so that's why it's good to have these conversations because we're all a part of this African diaspora.
Definitely.
That is all around the world, and we've been given all these different identities, but we have these connections and these similarities. And again, you're from Canada. Were you born in Canada?
yes, it was.
So you were born in Canada,
Yes.
but now you have found yourself in Ghana.
Yep.
And now, there's another question. Just me just being curious.
Okay.
Do you deal with racism in Canada?
Yes. Oh God.
Oh, you do?
lots of racism.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Not
shouldn't say really.
Not as much as in the States.
Okay.
I think the States is they're a lot more forward with their racism here. In Canada, I feel like they're not so forward, but you definitely experience racism. Like, especially in the school system, you experience racism. Like my son, when he was in the first grade, there's kids that, they talk about the color of his skin, talk about his hair. So
Really?
you definitely, like, they make you feel different.
So you feel different in Canada. Now, you haven't been to Quebec, so you don't know
No,
if it's different in the French aspect, on the French side of it. But I'm just curious because, again, I'm learning. I'm a student as much as anything, learning
Right.
about different cultures, and I appreciate that. And Callie, as you're out here learning, it's good that you're getting this information, and you and your brothers. Now let's talk about the Gordon Five. Now, you have how many boys?
I got 4 boys.
I'm the oldest.
It's a lot of boys. Yes.
How old are you?
21.
Yeah.
I got one that's about to turn 21.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he'll be 21 the 28th of this month.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You owe one baby?
2000.
Oh, okay. So I got
Yeah.
one that's a year ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
So all right.
So very similar names.
So this is good to be able to get the perspective from you being here too. So you have 4 boys.
Yeah.
What has it been like raising 4 boys?
It's a lot. It's a lot to raise 4 boys. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of food, a lot of cooking. And my house looks like a tornado hit it, like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's like they keep me very busy, but a little too busy. But I love them, of course. But
What are the age ranges? You're 21.
Yeah. And then one younger than me is 15, he's 16.
16.
He's supposed to be 17 in August.
Yeah.
Okay.
His birthday's actually in 2 days.
Okay.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
God.
Yeah. You even know?
Don't say really. Don't say really.
I knew that.
And then there's another one. He's 11,
Yeah.
Xavier. And then the one I was just born recently, it was a 2020. Yeah,
Yeah.
2020. He's
You got a baby.
yeah.
2-year-old.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, Prince.
Oh, you got a baby.
Yeah, I know. When I went from a 21-year-old, now I've got a baby.
Oh, you got a baby. Oh, wow. So you have, that's a wide range.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're helping out a lot.
For sure, definitely.
course.
I'm taking care of the garbage, washing dishes, taking
Yeah,
care
he
of
does.
diapers, all
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say
He's
you do it
very
all. You're a pro.
Everything.
At 21, you're a pro. You
I
know,
would say a pro, but I'm getting there,
well, back in the day, when as a matter of fact, when I was your age, I was already a father.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Look
Yeah.
at
So
that,
I'd
eh?
already
Yeah.
changed the diapers
Yeah,
and done everything. So.
Yeah. My dad be telling me, don't go the same route you
Yeah.
went down,
Yeah.
older,
So you've heard all of that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. From her, my dad,
Yeah.
my grandma, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Tell
yes.
me, wait until you're older to get your life together,
So with that, you have this channel.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start this channel?
Honestly, I think it was the fact that like COVID hit. I was home. I was on mat leave, and the kids were home. They're being homeschooled,
And they
we
need
were-
something to do.
Yeah, I needed something to keep them busy.
Yeah.
So we decided, like, why don't we just start like a YouTube channel? Started off as just like a skit, like a COVID skit. So we did like a COVID skit where one of my sons had COVID, and we made him quarantine in the garage.
Y'all all running around doing something. Y'all pull that up on their channel. So that's where it started.
That's where it started, just regular, just something to do. And yeah, and then from then we just been doing challenges, vlogs, and then now we're actually documenting our transition from Canada to Ghana. So that's what we're doing with a channel now. Trying to inspire others to come to Africa.
That's cool. I mean, to be able to see that, because a lot of when it comes to our youth, a lot of them are not familiar
Yeah.
with anything outside of whether it's Canada, America. Like typically in the Western world, what ends up happening is we get stuck in the West.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we are. Well, let me say this: I can only speak for America. I don't know how it is in Canada.
Right.
But to see you being willing to bring your boys back to learn about their
Yes.
African
Yes.
heritage, where so many people in America are running from it.
Yeah.
They're running like, I'm not African. I'm running from it. I'm doing that. So what has it been like for you coming here with all of all of this Africanness?
Honestly, I've been embracing it, you know, the food, the nature,
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, I lived in Canada my whole life. So
Mhm.
it's like I never, you know, see nothing past Canada. So
Yeah.
being out here is a wonderful experience, you know?
Yeah,
Look at how the
definitely.
ladies been treating you. Huh?
Too many ladies.
just last year, she put me on a blind date. I didn't want to do it, but she put me on it.
Yeah, I did.
So you can go check on the channel. I was kind of awkward, but we had a little skit going on, you know?
Uh,
I kind of expose the video now. It's like kind of fake now, but yeah, we had a little skit going on in the video where, you know, a big guy, he trying to grab my shirt and then the girl was trying to, you know, defend me. It was crazy.
But
Check it out.
and that's on the channel, right?
Mhm.
All right, so
Yeah.
we'll get the link to that and put that in the description. So the ladies been treating you okay since you
All right,
been
it's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay, better than Canada.
I wouldn't say that.
Equal. 'Cause
Yeah, it's
you
pretty
can tell
equal.
he got the swag and all that kind of stuff going
No,
on.
something like that. Something like that.
So with that though, you're here. You're 21.
Mhm.
What are some of the plans that you have for your future?
My future, well, right now I'm about to go back to Canada and I'm gonna be, you know, just put the pieces together day by day, you know, just do what I gotta do, you know, and then eventually, you know, go to school, you know, might be a carpenter, you know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're figuring it out.
Yeah.
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 So that's good. But the good thing is that you know that you have options.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of people don't know they have the option of coming to places like Ghana or other places in Africa, and they think that, hey, their only opportunity is one place. But now that you've had exposure, you can now look at it and see, hey, you know what? You can take what you learn in Canada and bring it over here, or
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's all the.
Yeah, it definitely gives you an open eye, you know, makes you see the bigger picture and you know what you can bring to the table for sure.
Mhm.
Depending on no matter what you're trying to do, you know.
yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
What are some of the challenges you've had since you've been here? Because how long have you been here? I
Well-
mean, it's been over the past couple of years since COVID.
Well, we just got here 2 months ago. We got here in June.
Oh, so you all are newbies.
Yeah, so we just moved
Ghana
here
newlyweds,
this
like,
year.
yeah.
But we were here last year, but now we're here again he's gonna go back for a bit, as he said. He's gonna go back for a bit, but he's gonna be back.
I'll be back.
He'll be back.
For sure. She thinks
He
I'm
promised to come back.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
come back,
That
yeah.
Banku gonna call him
But-
back, or that Wache, or that Jollof, or something. That food is gonna call you
Yeah,
back.
for sure, 100%. I love my jollof. I grew up
Yeah.
on fufu and all that. That's my grandma. She's heavy on that.
So
know,
you'll be
African
back.
food. Yeah, for sure. I love my grandma's cooking. You know, I have to. And not for my grandma's cooking, just for, you know, just to see Ghana again. You know, because
Yeah.
it definitely gets draining when you're back home. You know, just it's being in, you know, to see the same stuff. You know, just I can't explain it. I don't know what to say, but like just being in Canada
Yeah.
for too long, it's not it. It's
Yeah,
just the atmosphere is not organic, you know. It's just
Yeah.
too much going on, especially with the virus stuff coming out. Every time I go on my phone, there's a brand new virus. Like it just
Monkeypox last week.
Yeah,
and they had
monkeypox.
some other thing coming
yeah,
out.
it's
Yeah.
you know it's too much, man. And then you want to make it mandatory lockdowns and all that extra stuff. It's just not it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too much, but
So some of the challenges.
Yeah.
it's definitely there are challenges in Ghana, but challenges is when trying to purchase stuff, like trying to find people. Like I love my Ghanaian people. You know, their Ghanaian people are very loving, but when they know you're from outside of Ghana, they try to take advantage of you and try to take more money from you, or you know, just in terms of just finding genuine people to do business with. Because I would like to get into business, I'd like to start a business.
Okay.
But it's been really challenging to find a good person or a trustworthy person that I can do the business with.
Understood.
So that's one of the challenges.
That's one challenge. One challenge trying to figure out how to do business and who to do business with.
Yeah, because not everybody is
No, I got it.
is who they say they are,
Oh,
right?
I know.
So that's one definite challenge. Another challenge I have to say is I ship my car here because, of course, I moved here, shipped my car here because I want to drive, I want to get around, I want to explore, I want to do a lot of fun stuff in Ghana. Driving.
Yeah.
You guys, Ghanaian people, my God.
Driving is serious. it's a psychological skill
Yeah.
as well as it's equally physical as it is
Yeah.
psychological.
You kind of have to like adapt yourself to it, you know. It's like playing a game. Like if you're not
It's a
bringing
video game.
Yeah, if you're not bringing the extra
Yeah.
stuff onto it, you're gonna lose. You're gonna get bullied.
It's real.
Yeah, they try to bully you on the road. There's a lot of bullies out there, but the
Yeah.
thing is, like, it's dangerous what they're doing. You can kill people.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I've
You
some of
know?
the driving. Yeah, and now the one part about it, I haven't seen people jumping out shooting each other. That's the one part I have not seen.
Thank God.
Yeah, you know, in the U.S.,
That-
you do some
if
of this
the-
driving that they do
Oh,
here.
God.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
massacre everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they cut off
Yeah.
and drive and
And they yell and scream at people.
Yeah, but if you do that in America,
Don't even try.
oh, you don't know.
I
You
know.
don't know who's carrying what.
You
Yeah.
don't know.
You
You
don't
don't
know
know. And it's like, so I know, that's what I say, I don't even drive here.
Oh, you don't, eh?
No, I have a driver, and eventually I guess I will drive, but I'm like, you deal with that stress.
I know.
Let me sit back here and,
Well, you want to
Chill
and
out.
ride through the stress. But now your car's here, how's it holding up with all the roads, the bumpy roads? If you're in a car, you don't deal with it as much as if you
Well,
leave
we're
outside.
on the outskirts of Accra. Like we're like 40 minutes out. Like Pocoase,
Oh, so you
Amasamai.
get a nice little bump here.
Yeah,
and there.
yeah, lots of bumps.
African massage, African massage.
That's a back pain.
Slip discs. So how's your car been holding up?
Oh God, my car it's not holding up very well. It's already making some noises
Okay.
because of the bumps. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get it checked out. But my car's only been here for a month.
And it's already
making noise
suspension
and- oh my
shocks
goodness.
and
Yeah,
tires.
Definitely
So-
needs to go to the mechanic shop soon.
I try not to really go too fast over the bumps, but it's nothing you can
Sometimes
do.
you don't know that they're there.
That too.
They appear. It's like, you know, what was that? No, boom! Like, wow, that undercarriage has to be really in pain. And, yeah, so, but with that, I mean, that's those are two of the challenges. What are some of the good things that you have experienced? Because you're here, you know, that's the thing. You're here
Yeah.
and you want to be here. So obviously
Yeah.
the challenges don't override
The good,
The good.
yeah.
So what?
The good there's a lot more good in Ghana, definitely. Definitely, I think the people. Like, I love how Ghanaian people are very loving, helpful. They're, I don't know, the people. Like, I feel like when you're in the West, people are very to themselves. You know, like you can be out with your kids, or you can need some help with something, and people who are very like, you know, they don't want to. They're very more resistful. But here, people are very like, they'll run to come help you. They'll watch your kids. You know what I mean? Like it's like a one big community.
Got it.
So I like the fact that like it just feels like a community. It feels like home everywhere you go here.
And so that overrides the bumpy roads. That overrides the difficulty with the shady people trying to get your money and
There's
all
a
the
lot.
tips you got to give.
There's a lot I love about Ghana. The culture, you know, just having my kids here to experience and to learn about their culture. Just the fact that I can be here I can purchase land. I
Yeah.
could never purchase land in the West.
Yeah.
Never. You can buy a house in the West, but that land is not yours.
And you can get it because of your heritage, your Ashanti heritage, right? Or is it it's easier for you?
Is it easy? I don't know if it.
I would think so. Your parents are born here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They have Ghanaian passports, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Oh,
right
okay.
there.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the free land, the.
No, I'm talking about like you. No, I'm not talking about the stuff because sometimes they do the freelance stuff. You got to watch that.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
You know, anytime they say free, I always kind of like.
Ain't nothing free
nothing
nowhere.
free, you know. But there are, because of your direct heritage.
Okay.
It seems like you should be able to get a Ghanaian passport.
I'm working on that. I want to get a Ghanaian card. I want to get a Ghanaian driver's license.
Now I have my Ghana card.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm working on some things too over here. I might not be. I mean, I have some Ghana DNA in me, but you know, yeah, you can definitely do that.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So I'm just thinking in terms of with the boys and down the line, and then being able to take advantage of anything that you get by way of your immediate ancestry and with your parents. And,
Right.
yeah. So okay. So so all of this good stuff is happening. Where do you see the channel going? Because I know you talked about the pranks, you talked about all the fun stuff. People love to see that. People want, and I think what really brings it home is when they see, in America, we say young brothers.
Right.
You know, my brothers. When they see young brothers out here doing this, then it's like,
Inspiring.
it inspires and it resonates. And then when they see mom with the 4 boys, that sounds like, it's like anybody can only imagine.
Yeah.
You know, the you know,
The level of
the level of intensity.
yeah.
So where do you see the channel going?
Right now, I don't even know.
I-
Like, I think right now we need like a strategy in a sense. Like right now she's connecting with a lot of people, including you. So
Yeah.
I think what I told her, like, for advice for the channel, like, is that connect with, even when I'm not here, connect with more people that are here, that are from the Western world.
Yeah.
You know, to make content. You know,
Yeah.
no matter what it is, pranks, skits, vlogs, any of that good stuff. You know, and then more people from, even my cousin, like. He lives in a city back in Canada, and like he thinks that in Ghana nobody like has houses. We all live in trees. And,
Really?
I know.
Yeah,
Even your cousin, even in 2022.
Yeah.
What, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like it's like he's seeing now
Oh, my
that he's seen I've been
goodness.
recording, I've been posting on my social media platforms, and he's seeing like, oh, this
Yeah.
is not what my
People are not
my
living
dad
in-
told me, because that's what he got from his dad.
From my brother.
Yeah.
My
Told
brother,
him that.
his
Yeah.
son.
Yeah,
that
he's
people
going
here in
crazy.
Ghana live in trees.
Yeah, they're cool.
So
That's how-
your brother,
Right. That's all poison.
who is Ghanaian,
Yes, he's Ghanaian.
Yeah, he's Ghanaian.
Full.
and he tells him that the people are living in trees.
My brother is.
Whew.
But the thing is, he's never. Well, the last time he was in Ghana, he was like
Okay.
a year old.
Okay.
He was a baby.
So culturally, he's not Ghanaian. Genetically,
Yeah.
he's Ghanaian,
Right.
but culturally, he's
Yeah.
Canadian. which is
So-
Western.
So he's been
European
conditioned
Canadian.
and poisoned by what they show on TV.
Mm.
You know, like along with other people from the diaspora, they're poisoned. They're conditioned to think that Africa's a place where you don't want to go there. They live in trees. They're poor. That's not a place you want to live or build or raise your children.
Yeah, because even as a kid, like before I even went to Ghana, the first time I went, which was in 2011.
Yeah.
When I used to see on like the television, on the commercials, all I see was like the poor, like, you know,
Yeah, with
kids,
the
like,
flies
yeah,
and
yeah,
the belly and
so
everything,
crazy.
and they've been doing that for the past 50 years.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
They have done a job with creating a narrative
It's
that
true.
is one-sided.
Yeah.
It's a one-sided narrative. It's where if you go to like the remote places in certain countries in Africa, they
may
obviously
see that.
found it. They
Yeah.
obviously found it, but
Yeah.
then they say, and they put the little music on, and this is what's happening in Africa.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we need you to send $30 a month
it's
to help
disgusting.
little
I think-
so and so get food
It's
and water,
disgusting.
and in some places legitimately need it, but at the expense of, it's like they don't tell the whole story.
No.
Yeah,
no,
no,
they're not. They're
You
not.
know, if the world was like, if the world was supposed to what it would be, they would have like commercials with like, you know, like nice like place like here, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
But they don't want us to come
yeah.
back here. They don't want us. They don't want us to know.
No, they want
about
that money to
what's
stay in Canada,
Yeah.
in the U.S.,
Yeah.
and wherever else.
And they want to come out here and,
And that's what they do.
you know?
They come here and build everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm looking right now, and
Yeah.
I'm seeing how people, they come here and they tell us don't come, and then the peace, you talked about the peace.
Yeah,
What I'm
oh,
discovering,
God.
people find peace
Oh,
here
yeah.
that they don't even know exists.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
It's like, but it's hard when your mind had, like you said, been poisoned.
It is a poison.
How do people get out of that poisoning of the mind? How would you suggest, or what do you think?
I think you just have to just come back and see for yourself. You got to take a trip, even if it's for a week, even if it's for whatever. Just you got to come back for yourself, because growing up, I'm going to be so honest, growing up in Toronto, Canada, I was ashamed and embarrassed to say that I was African because of the image they put out there. I didn't really want to be associated with that. Like, you know, it's sad because I never had an opportunity to go back and come to Ghana as a child like my children do.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was fortunate to come back to Ghana in 2011. Well, how long was that? Well, 11 years, 10 years ago, I don't know. But
11 years ago.
11,
Yeah,
that's it. But coming back in 2011 as an adult, like for the first time as an adult, I was like, wow, it blew my mind. I was like, I love this place. It's beautiful. Like the way it makes me feel. I'm like, this is the culture, the food. So it's just coming back and just experiencing it for yourself. Because I can tell you till I'm blue in the face, but you won't get it until you come for yourself.
But the person who watches, and it's just in their mind.
Yeah,
And no matter what you say.
Exactly.
No matter what, they're still going to want to go to Paris, or they're going to want to go to London, or they're going to want to Dubai. They want to go to someplace other than here because they believe that there's nothing here.
I know.
And I think what I'm seeing is that people miss out.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Because if you're only going from what you know to what you know.
Yeah, that's it.
And but believing that you know something more.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have helicopters here.
Oh.
Believe it or not, they have helicopters. No, that's a plane. They have planes too, y'all.
Right by the airport, right?
Yeah, we're not far from the airport. That's I think that's a prop plane. But I hear it, but then the response, when I see people come over and I watch the transformation in them, and they talk about the peace. They talk about, they're not worried about getting shot. They're not worried about all of these other, with the challenges. I was talking to a lady a few days ago, Miss Judith, and she was talking about even with the challenges of the road and the traffic and all that kind of stuff. She's like, that's nothing.
That's nothing compared to what you're dealing with over there.
Yeah.
Back home, like in the summertime, you have to wear a hoodie. And like people back home have to wear these masks because like it's like you don't know who's gonna try to harm you because of your, like a misidentity or just.
That's my fear having young boys, especially with him.
And that's happening in Canada.
Yeah. Oh my God, it happens all the time.
Because that's the fear we have in America.
All the time.
As far as then the notion that all of these places are so developed and so advanced and so, it's again in certain aspects there are developments and advancements. But then in other aspects, when you come here, I see food everywhere.
Yep.
I'm waiting to see a mass starvation in these areas where you can grow food all year.
Exactly.
I see pineapples everywhere, mangoes everywhere, and I'm saying, whoa, it's almost like, for many people, it's like we feel robbed.
Yeah.
In a sense, like you came in 2011.
Yeah.
Now you got this. You're getting this early. Now,
He's lucky.
But I know one question that I'm sure the viewers are wondering. Why are you going back to Canada?
Why am I going back to Canada?
Yeah, why are you going back?
See, I walked that down real slow. I waited and then.
Nah, you got me. Well, now, my answer is, I'm just gonna go back for a little bit, I gotta do some stuff, and then, I'm gonna come back, like
what's some stuff? What's some stuff?
Some stuff, I gotta go buy a new vehicle because I just sold my vehicle. I have my buddy that sold my vehicle for me, so I gotta go get that money off of him, buy another vehicle, and just do some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What's some stuff?
I'm
Your music.
Okay, yeah.
Break it down for me. I need dancing a little bit. Now I got you dancing. I got you on the ropes.
Nah, so I'm actually starting a YouTube channel. So I got some I got some females that I'm in contact with that I'm trying to do some content with, some skits.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. Also, I have an artist. He's from Florida actually.
Okay.
We're working on an EP, so we're gonna work on some music and get
that. Okay, good. There we go. We're getting some to the meat of this.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of stuff.
You're a creative. That's what I got.
Definitely.
You're creative. What I would encourage you to do is to be aggressive. And if you're going to create content, because you're 21, so create content like crazy.
Yeah.
Get the tools that you need to create the content. And if you're going to go all in, go all in.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm gonna buy me like a little stuff. I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna do the YouTube. I'm even gonna build my home studio because with all these viruses coming out, I'm not even trying to even associate.
But if you're here in Ghana, you don't have to worry about viruses.
Mama went in Ghana. I heard that.
I'm not gonna worry about that here.
No, I hear you saying. But like when I go back home, I'm gonna be out there in the studios, and I'm not trying to be, in the atmospheres of people that probably had something. So I'm trying to build something in my own comfort zone where I sleep, so I can just get up when I get the idea to make something. I make it. I don't have to worry about driving out an hour, 2 hours out to go do what I gotta do.
You know what the thing is? I think my children.
This is good right here.
The thing is, I understand that my kids, they have their friends, they have their life.
They have their culture.
Yeah, their culture, and they love Ghana. They love Ghana as a vacation place, not for a place to stay permanently, right?
Got it.
Because even my other children are also struggling with the idea that we're going to be here permanently. But because he's 21, he has the option.
Right, he's grown.
Exactly.
He's a grown man.
So the thing is, like, I don't think he's really given here a chance, and I would have liked for him to stay a little bit longer. Let's give it a chance. Try and make music out here. Try to connect with other artists out here. Well, he hasn't. He's been in the studio and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but we'll see. God willing, he'll be back in.
Yeah, the good thing is, you would do well exploring even other countries.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, because
in Africa.
Yeah, like Nigeria.
Yeah.
There's endless South Africa. There's endless.
Yeah.
Kenya. I'm trying to tell you, I've been to 17 countries.
Wow. In the continent of Africa.
On the continent of Africa.
Wow.
And I'm telling you that there's endless. Wow. Canada ain't got nothing on this.
Yeah. Definitely.
But do what you got to do. But I'm just trying to tell you, explore, figure out where you fit in. I'm just as much at home in the west of Africa as I am in East Africa. We just shot a documentary in Tanzania.
Really?
And I'm in Tanzania chilling. I'm like, this is great. And so I'm just telling you that it's explore. You know, I tell my son the same thing. He's 21. He works as a chef at Key Largo.
Where's that?
Down in Florida.
Okay.
But when I went to South Africa, one of the hotel owners, I said, oh yeah, my son is a chef. So he was ready to offer him a job right there in Cape Town. And so one of the things that my sons are doing, they're just exploring. I'm saying, hey, you do it while you can.
Yep.
And figure it out. But one thing I will say is, especially for young, melanated men,
Yep.
You're not a victim. This actually can work to your advantage if you operate on a certain level. If you operate on this level, your melanin will be your asset. If you operate on this level down here, your melanin is not going to be. It's going to be a deficit.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to know where you fit in, and understanding that, you know, being a brown person can really work well for you. That's why what I would encourage young brothers to do, that's how I say it in America, young brothers, is to travel and explore and do a lot of what you're doing, but just be disciplined with it and understanding that, you know, a lot of times people say you have time, but I remember when I was 21.
Nah, time goes by quick. I remember I was 18. I'm 21. Like
18.
I was going crazy. But now I'm 21. You know, so I definitely do. I'm about to be 22 like in October. So it's like I'm just thinking like I don't got too many years. I don't got too many years of my youth left. Like I'm not saying I can be so 30 doing what I want to do.
You sure can. Yeah.
Definitely you can.
Even in your 40s, you can still be doing what you want.
Definitely, 100%.
You
know what I'm saying? I look over the older heads, like I see, you guys are still doing your thing. So I'm still young. I'm trying to like apply pressure, you know, have motion, you know, stay on my, you know, have my foot neck on what I want to do and just go hard with it.
Well, your foundation is what you're doing right now. So you lay your foundation now. You'll hit your stride as you begin that foundation gets set and you start building. If you think with the mindset of a builder, that's what's going to be. I remember at 21, I thought with the mindset of a survivor. I'm just trying to get this money to survive. I wasn't thinking like, I'm going to purchase this property now, I'm going to do this. Start thinking like an investor and stacking your chips and then letting your chips accumulate on their own. So that's a whole nother conversation. We walking down. But it's like,
but
that's what I'm saying. At 21, if I could go back to 21 and talk to my 21-year-old self, I would have an emphasis on perfecting my craft and investing from the proceeds of my craft, and really gaining a knowledge of understanding investing and having a solid base in financial literacy. Because you can have 15 degrees. I know people with a lot of degrees, and they don't have a knowledge of financial literacy. So they're struggling with the money. So they have careers. They got plaques and stuff on the wall, but they don't know what to do with their money. So that's what I'm saying. At your age, you have time to make some mistakes. And when I say time, meaning versus someone my age, who's like, I can't make that mistake again. So at least not, but this is the other thing, don't mess up your credit. Don't mess up your credit. And navigate and manage the ladies can come and cost you a lot of money too.
I stay away from them. Well, I have like when they're getting a little bit too close, you gotta tell them, step back a couple feet. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Sure you do.
Right. Yeah, you're 21 years old, man. You're 21. You're 21.
Nah.
But the deal is that I think it's cool what you're doing. You know, exposing the boys to this. And because it gives them the option. You know how many young men don't have options? They don't even have the vision to think, I want to go back to, I think I want to go back to Canada for a while. They don't even have that option. They're stuck on their block, on their street.
I know a guy from Jamaica, and I'm Jamaican as well. I'm half Ghanaian, half Jamaican.
Okay.
He wants to go back to Jamaica, but he doesn't have that oomph. Like he wasn't brought here when he was young, so he doesn't really know about his roots from young. I remember when I was back 11 years old in Africa. I was in Muriar.
East Legon.
Yeah, East Los, yeah. And we're, I never been there, so like everything's new to me. I'm seeing bats, I'm seeing the, people in the bushes going, like.
Oh, we went to Kumasi.
Yeah, we went to Kumasi.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you know, with the bats on the side of the road?
No, bats that are in our house. Like,
Yeah.
it was like,
Oh,
the bats in the house.
Yeah, we had a light out and there's bats in our room flying.
Oh.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not trying to eat none of that. I don't even play like, even like
I've not had it myself.
Yesterday, where we go? We went to
Botanical Gardens.
Oh, Avery?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very beautiful place.
And we're eating a shish kebab. Shish kebab.
Yeah.
And what's it called? It's like chewy. So I was thinking that it's bush meat. I mean, don't put that in your head. Just think it's chicken or something like.
That was not chicken, but
okay,
man.
It was a rabbit.
It was I'll eat a rat before I eat a bat. Are you crazy?
But see, the deal is that you had these experiences.
Yeah.
And there's some people culturally they don't have these experiences to even reference.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. How's it been for you being mom out here with boys? How's it been? I know that's a question people are wondering. Is you have these 4 boys out here in this foreign country, and how has it been? I mean, economically, culturally, socially, all of the above.
I think it's been good. I think it's been good. My kids are definitely embracing the culture. They definitely are open to trying different foods, and they're definitely open to like meeting other people, other kids, and I think it's been good.
Okay. And I mean, because those are things that they look and they say, all right, because they may be planning a trip, or they may be thinking about options. Because you said something that was key, talking about how you wanted to protect your boys from the mistaken identity. And many people in the African diaspora are looking for alternatives, and they don't even know that there's an option.
Right.
They feel trapped. They feel stuck. They feel like, listen, this is all I can do, and all I can do is just pray that nothing happens. And they don't even realize that there's another world that they might have access to. Is it difficult? Well, and I'm not saying specifically for you, but say if it were another mother and she had 4 boys, would it be difficult if she's able to maintain a level of her Western income? Would it be difficult for her to make the transition here?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult in terms of that particular question, because it can be quite expensive out here, especially with 4 boys.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to maintain that same lifestyle that you have in the West, eating out, going to the movies.
And there's plenty of places to eat out here.
Yeah. If you want to go bowling and all these extracurricular activities.
To entertain 4 boys.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It can be quite expensive. Like, you can definitely still take advantage of those things, but you just have to be able to budget and limit certain things.
Is the cost of living here lower than Canada, or the same, or more? Because
the cost of living here is lower, because if you have your own house, you're not okay. Well, we are fortunate enough to have our own home,
okay.
So we don't have to rent. We're not renting.
Okay.
I know renting can be quite expensive.
Yeah, that takes off a nice little chunk right there.
Yeah, because they rent usually annually or something every 6 months. So yeah, we don't have to pay for rent, which we're very fortunate for that. But you have to pay for your electricity. What else we got to pay for?
Water.
Water is like, cause now my uncles, they came to Africa with us this time, and now water is like running through crazy. Whenever we have 1 case of water, and then tomorrow be gone.
Oh, you mean like actually bottled water?
Bottled water.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I imagine you have to pay some water for Ghana water too. The water that comes to bathe with, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're giving free water, man.
Yeah, no.
Well, maybe they do. I don't know.
I don't know, but definitely the cost of living here it's cheaper if you have your own home. But I think if you don't have your own home and you have to rent and you have to take care of, I think if you live in Accra, it's expensive. I think if you live in the outskirts of Accra, it's not as expensive.
Okay.
But it's definitely cheaper here. But I find that it's very easy to spend a lot of money here. Because everything is like, oh, that's only 20 cities. Oh, that's only 50 cities. But the cities add up. They do. So you think, so it's cheaper, but you can end up spending more in the long run.
So if you're coming from the West and you're used to constant power, you're used to constant water, you're used to these different things. If you get what you pay for. So if you go too cheap with it, Like for example, where I stay in East Legon, it costs $1,200 USD per month.
Oh, wow.
But I work really hard. And I tried the $4,000 a year one, the $3,000 a year one, and too many challenges came with it. And I was like, listen, I can't be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then but the benefit is I have, my internet here is as fast as my internet in the U.S.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm uploading terabytes worth of, I mean, just like I can stream with no problem. So it's just, but like you said, it just depends on what you're willing to spend. And you
Exactly.
Can,
It all depends on you.
it all depends, but it's an option, and you're doing it, and I think that's the cool thing. So, all right, so as we get ready to wrap this up, what message would you like to send to everyone watching about your channel, and just the overall message of what you're doing, and how to inspire others? Maybe they want to be content creators, maybe they are navigating a move, maybe, you know, who knows what, maybe they're just in that space and can benefit from you all's journey.
Definitely, that's why I feel like we're using our platform to document our journey, to show people our transition from Canada to Ghana, just showcasing and documenting everything that we do, where we go, the expenses. Like I shipped my car, I showed the cost of it compared to the Canadian prices, because I feel like people need to see that. People in the West need to see that, because before I came, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of YouTubers, and I sat there and I watched other YouTubers get up and pack their things and move to the continent of Africa, and I felt that was so inspiring. I was like, wow, if they can do it, why can't I? And I love the fact that they showed every step of the way, every bump of the way. They were raw, they're transparent. And it's good to see that. You know, when you see that, that also can that can motivate you, and motivate you to take that leap of faith. Sometimes it's like you need to see other people doing those things. Because the thing is, in life, sometimes you don't want to feel like, oh, I'm the only one that's doing that. But if you see that there's so many of us from the diaspora that we're getting up and we're just coming back, there's a reason why we're coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a reason why we're coming back. And we're coming back because it's like, this is home.
Yeah.
This is home, and I love it here. I wish I had done it sooner.
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot, and a lot of people wish they had done it sooner. But you did it at the right time, because now you're able to expose your boys to it.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you waited another 15, 20 years.
Oh God,
Yeah.
my boys would be so lost culturally,
I'll be like 30, you know, so like, I'll probably like have a whole family here, you know. What am I doing? Go back to get, you know.
He would be like me, you know. He would be like, oh,
Yeah.
what am I gonna be doing in Africa? Like, for what reason?
But you caught it. That's the deal.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was so lucky that, we came here for a funeral. I wasn't even supposed to come. I just said, you know what, I don't want to be back in Canada by myself, because like all my family came. So I was lucky to come out here, and I came out here. I'm so happy. Like, you know, that's just God, you know, working. You know what I mean?
I see it. I see the hand working. I see it, because that's real. And sometimes you don't even realize how everything comes together.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a joy. And I appreciate 2 members of the Gordon Five. And make sure that you subscribe to their channel.
Yes.
Check out all of their content. Follow their journey. I'm sure that you will be inspired. I've watched the content. I've been inspired. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be able to introduce them to everyone watching here on this channel. And this is how we do it. You know, we change the narratives by telling our stories through our eyes, without the filters, without the misinterpretations of our stories. We can tell it exactly how it is, and you watch us learn and grow along the way. So I'm appreciative to everyone who watches us all around the world, from all ethnicities, to pay attention and are learning and understanding and getting a better context. So here's the deal. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the share button, then hit the notification bell, and make sure you get all of the alerts. Until next time, take care, be safe. Ready for this? Well, hello? Hello? Where? Good to see you.
How you feeling?
Last time I saw you was in Ghana. Hello?
If we can continue to find a way to bridge our differences and, really come together, come to Africa. A lot of people really want to come here. This trip is not only a trip, but it really is an experience, and it's a learning experience. We've already learned so much just at the table. So I'm excited to be here. I'm glad to be here, and I can't wait to continue to learn and just be with all of y'all.
I quite didn't want to come to Africa, okay? And when I got here, they were so kind. And I like, oh my gracious, then I got to meet you guys, and y'all started telling me about the trip. And I said, okay, this is gonna be fun. So now I'm kind of excited. My wife said, well, you ain't got no excitement, but now I'm looking forward. So, hey, I'm hoping one day I can have the same testimony as you guys, and I'm just glad to be here.
Our second Maximum Impact experience, and I've been singing your praises, Jay, hands down. If you want to go to Africa, you got to do it with Jay. There's no other way, no other way. And to be honest with you, when Renee, Jeff, James signed up for this, I'm like, we can't let y'all go without us. And so here we are.
It's just the most interesting thing in the world to come to a place such as this. It's beautiful. I mean, this is a beautiful resort. You all seem like very wonderful people. We all have something in common. We're all connected. We all are connected.
This is my second trip with Maximum Impact. I was in Ghana, July last year, and I brought my daughters with me. And they had a pretty rough experience because they had a lot of expectations that weren't realistic. But it took them 2 weeks to decompress and then to understand fully the magic that had happened on that trip.
This is my mom, Claudette, and I'm very grateful that she brought me here. This is her first trip with the group, but she's been to Africa like 3 times. And again, I'm very grateful that she brought me here.
This is my second trip, and I'm gonna have a third, a fourth, and a fifth. And I tell you, I'm still excited about all the things that I'm experiencing. And you would think I've been to many countries, I've traveled a lot, but I've never been to a country where people look like me. Everywhere I went, I always had to fit in. And that, was kind of traumatic for me after coming here and being received the way I was.
I'm just looking forward to the whole itinerary. It looks really, I know it's really well organized, and I'm looking forward to the whole thing. So glad to meet everybody and look forward to meeting in person and talking.
Hi, my name is LaDanya. These are my parents, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm 21 years old, and thank you for hosting this trip and bringing us all here.
Hi, I'm Faith Benson Lettle. These are my parents. I'm from Akron as well. This is my college graduation gift.
I got 18 grandkids and 9 great-grandkids, and all of them want to come. Because I was so excited, thanks to Jay. I was so, look, I walked through the streets of Philadelphia lifting up Africa. You gotta go. I said, if you're Afro-American, you write that down on whatever form, you need to go to Africa.
Travel a lot, and over the last couple years, I really want to do a deep discovery of Africa, all the African countries, and I found Jay, and I said, that's the way I want to do it. So we're very, very appreciative.
This is my sister Linda, and the reason I'm here is because Linda spoke so highly of the trip she was on in Ghana. Coming to Africa, I liked it. It's something different. You can connecting with the people here, connecting with the workers here. I like that idea and that approach. So I wanted to come and see for myself.
I remember it was November 2020 when Mr. J. Cameron visited us. It was during COVID pandemic. Imagine we have 32 rooms, but we was accommodating only one guest, who was Jay Cameron. Then Jay Cameron told me, I promise you I'll bring you a group. Okay. So on behalf of Airport Planet Lodge, we are here to express our sincere gratitude to host you here today.
I can't imagine doing Africa without being on a Maximum Impact tour, because being with a group like this just adds so much more to it.